No one is actually showing you how to create AI influencers that look this realistic.
But I will, and I'll give you the full workflow at the end. Because I know the struggle. You get overwhelmed by 20 different AI tools, you follow the tutorials, but they never end up looking this realistic or consistent. Yet meanwhile, you see AI influencers like these growing to millions of followers overnight. That's why I'm making this video. I've been growing and monetizing AI influencers and AI content like this for over 2 years, and it's helped me generate 7 figures. So today in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. Step 1. The first thing you need to do is decide whether your AI influencer is going to be entertaining or educational. Social media has evolved. People are no longer scrolling to see what their friends are doing. They're on Instagram to be entertained or to learn something. And your AI influencer needs to do one of those 2 things very well. Just look at some of the top AI influencers on the internet right now. Chen Chinese Med, Omar Wiseman, Chloe vs. History. Every single one of them falls into one of these 2 buckets. So make sure to pick your plan before doing anything else. Step 2. Next, we need to get started with the softwares you'll need. Higgsfield for video and image generation, and 11 Labs for audio and voiceovers. These are the exact tools and workflows that I've used to grow multiple AI influencers from 0 to over 40,000 followers in less than a month. I'm not saying any of this to brag, I just want to show you what's possible with these AI influencers. Step 3. Now we need to pick our niche. If you chose an entertainment account, the best niches right now are history, scary stories, comedy characters, storytelling, sports, travel, and celebrities. If you chose an educational account like me, then the best niches are health, fitness, wealth, finance, relationships, and self-improvement. Making money from entertainment accounts usually comes from brand deals, but for educational accounts you have more options. Digital products, affiliate links, physical products, coaching, consulting, brand integrations. But you should know that educational accounts are harder to get views early. The trade-off is basically if you can get early traction, you'll be able to make more money per follower. The point is, know which game you're playing from day one. Step 4. To build our character, we're going to come to Higgsfield. First, go to Image, then select Nano Banana Pro. In my opinion, this is the best image generator on the market right now, and it's what I use for all of my AI influencers. But before we start prompting, let me show you what we're going for. This is Chen Chinese Med. He's an educational account about traditional Chinese medicine. He's a hyper-realistic, older Asian man, completely AI generated. But what I want you to pay attention to is the lighting, the skin texture, the consistency across every post. That's the level that we're going to be building towards. Then for our entertainment inspiration, this is Granny Spills. She's in the comedy niche, and she's basically an AI-generated older woman who spills the tea on celebrities. Every single one of her images looks like the same person. So now I'm going to show you how to build these 2 characters live. The first one is going to be for one of my own AI influencer accounts, and I'll show you that account later in this video. Just make sure to follow along because all the steps are the same no matter what account you're building. Let's start with the educational account. When you get inside Higgsfield, go to Image and select Nano Banana Pro. We want to be thinking about the prompt in our layers. So first, describe your character, the age, the gender, the physical features, the overall vibe. Then we want to describe the environment. Basically, where are they and what's the lighting? Then we want to describe the style details. Hyper-realistic, 4K, describe the skin texture, and hair detail. Then we want to focus on the camera angle. Eye level, close-up, and 9:16 for reels. And this is going to be my overall prompt for our educational character. Now you can take this a step further with something called JSON prompting. Basically, you would just come over to Claude and ask it for a JSON prompt for this type of an image. That's going to give you a much more detailed prompt that you can feed Higgsfield if you want to go that extra step. Make sure your aspect ratio size is 9:16, select batch size to 4, 4K, and hit generate. Yeah, so these are amazing so far. I'm going to pick the best one, and then I'm going to go ahead and generate 2 side profiles too. You can even have it create a model sheet like this using this prompt, so Higgsfield knows exactly what your character looks like from every direction. That's how you get consistency like this across every post. Great, so now that our educational character is locked, we're going to build the entertainment one. We're basically going to do a replica of Granny Spills. Same process, completely different energy. This time we want a warm, expressive, older woman, someone who looks like she has a lot of personality and stories to tell and is not afraid to tell them. Here's the prompt we're going to use. A 72-year-old woman, warm, expressive face, white hair styled neatly, mischievous smile, bright eyes, grandmotherly but sharp. The environment is a cozy living room, floral wallpaper, warm lamp lighting, in a comfortable armchair. The environment is going to be in front of a yacht, and she should be wearing a bright yellow dress. The style is going to be hyper-realistic photography, 4K, natural skin texture with age detail. The camera should be a Sony A7 IV, slight close-up, 9x16 vertical. Now again, you could go to Claude and make a better prompt, but I'm just going to go ahead and click generate and see what this comes up with. Look at that, she looks like a real person. Almost nobody except you are going to be scrolling past this knowing that that's AI. Then you're going to pick the best one, generate the side profiles and the characters, and boom, you have both of your characters. Step 5. Now we need to build the voiceover in 11 Labs. To do this, we're going to come over to the voice library and find a voice that matches each character. If you can't find one you like, you can generate your own voice by clicking this and then describing your character. For the wealthy man, we're going to say a calm, authoritative, measured voice, someone the audience is going to trust. And for our granny, we're gonna say an older woman with a little bit of attitude. Then you're just gonna go ahead and play each of the voices until you find the one that you like. Great, so that's gonna be our character's voice. Once you lock these in, you're basically going to be using this voice for every piece of content, and that's going to represent your brand on social media. For example, this is another one of my AI influencer accounts that I've been growing for over 2 years, and we've been using the exact same voice consistently since day one. I think it's important to note that that voice becomes a part of your brand. Just like when this YouTube channel was just an AI influencer up until about 250,000 followers, and now today I've decided to show my face instead of my AI influencer. Step 6. Now we need to write scripts for our AI influencers. To do this, we're going to come back over to Claude, and look, I know some of you are going to want to use ChatGPT, but just trust me, Claude writes better copy, and you'll see why in a sec. For our educational character, we're just going to basically ask Claude to write a script for a wealthy older man who's giving out wealth advice. Now, in reality, if you want this to actually perform well on social media, you're going to want to go and find other accounts that are already doing this well. You're going to be looking for outliers that have gotten millions of views and try to understand why they worked well. But trust me, you don't want to copy them. Instead, what you want to do is basically remix those scripts and make them more engaging. Pablo Picasso did say, "Good artists copy, but great artists steal." So this is going to be the script for our wealthy man, and then this is going to be the script for our celebrity gossip granny. Now you're going to take these scripts and paste them into 11 Labs using the voice that you selected. Now, in theory, if you didn't want to use 11 Labs, you could just record yourself. Again, that's what I did on this YouTube channel that you're watching now for over 2 years without revealing my face using an AI influencer. And I'd say it works pretty well because we were able to get over 10 million views and 250,000 subscribers. Step 7, we're gonna go back to Higgsfield, go to video, and then you're gonna choose one of 3 options. You can choose Kling 3.0, VO 3.1, or Seedance 2.0 because Higgsfield just released Seedance 2.0, which is scary good. Best video generator on the market right now. You can use your generated voiceover as reference here alongside your reference image, and Seedance will keep that voiceover as the dialogue of your character, which is mind-blowing. In Seedance 2.0, you're usually going to be limited to about 15 seconds per video, so for the purpose of this example, I'll do one of each. Come to Seedance 2.0 and enter the character image and the voiceover we generated earlier. Then we put our prompt that we generated with Claude. And note that we ask Claude AI to make the lip sync and hand gesture to be 100% accurate and realistic. This will give us a very realistic result. Then we're going to click generate, and we're probably going to have to do this a couple times to make a full clip. Now we're just going to have to wait like 2 or 3 minutes, so I'm going to shoot some hoops. And guys, if you think I'm not draining shots working on my game while this is prompting, you're out of your mind. All right, guys, here's the result, and let's go ahead and play this.
Do you know why Rolex has never sponsored a football athlete? It's because football was invented for the poor. Rolex sponsors F1, golf.
All right, I'm going to save that till the end so you can see the final result and how it does, but now let's go ahead and start working on our granny. For this one, I'm going to try to make it a little bit more dynamic, like the actual sample account, Granny Spills. So for this, we're again using Seedance, upload the image of our granny and voiceover. Again, we're simply going to make the whole video in parts because Seedance doesn't let us generate videos longer than 15 seconds. And we're going to want to give it dynamic prompts that actually make this sound good. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll also give away the prompts that I used in the description as well. And you can basically just download it and then tweak it to whatever your character is. Honestly, I do use usually have to prompt this a few times to get the result that I want. And guys, honestly, this still just shocks me. I can't believe that you can do all this in less than 10 minutes using these tools. One of my AI influencers grew to over 100,000 followers in less than a month, and I documented the entire process. So make sure you're subscribed when that video comes out. Once you have all your clips, we can just drag them over to CapCut or whatever editor that you use. Inside the editor, we're gonna put the clips sequentially. Then we're gonna add captions that look good. I like these. Then you can either pick a background track now or later when you're actually uploading these inside of Instagram, which I would recommend. And then once you're happy, you can just go ahead and export it. And you might think that you're ready to post, but we do still have a couple more steps if you actually want this to get views. Step 8. Now we need to create our Instagram account. Choose a handle that matches your character and niche. Short, clean, and memorable. Then write a short bio that speaks directly to your ideal follower. You basically want these people to be scrolling, find your reel, come to your profile, check it out, and then choose to follow you. For the profile picture, you want to have something that has a lot of contrast as the profile picture. Step 9. Before you post, you need to understand how the algorithm actually works today. Because I have news for you. Likes do not matter as much as you think they do. What Instagram's algorithm actually places the most weight on is 3 things: watch time, saves, and shares. I've analyzed thousands of viral outliers that I've created, and these are the stats that usually make you stand out. The average Instagram post usually gets looked at for about 3 to 5 seconds. But viral content like this gets viewed for 36 seconds. Sometimes on my most viral posts, I'll actually get more watch time than what the video's length actually is. Next is saves. The average Instagram post usually gets 1 out of every 30 people saving it. But on viral content, you want to have about 1 out of every 10 save it. Finally, reshares. Reshares is probably the most important stat for viral content. This is where people either send it to a friend or share it to their story. The average post gets about 2% of people resharing it, while viral posts get more like 5 to 10% sharing. Those are the baseline stats that you need to beat if you want to have a chance at going viral. Having high watch time means you need to hold your viewers' attention all the way through the video. That's why the story arc, the hook, the tension, and the payoff all matter. Having a lot of saves means that your content needs to be useful, valuable, and interesting enough that someone wants to refer back to it later. And finally, having enough shares means that your content made someone feel something: inspired, shocked, entertained, something that is worth sending to someone else. And look, I went ahead and created this viral checklist for you to make sure that you're doing this in every video. Before you ever hit publish, just ask yourself these 3 questions. Will people watch this all the way through? Will someone want to save this for later? And will people relate to this enough to send it to someone else? If your answer is yes to all 3, post it. And if not, make it better. For posting frequency when you're starting, you should be posting at least once a day. That gives you the best chance at actually getting something to take off. But don't worry, once you have traction, you can taper it back if you want to. For example, I started working with TJ when he was at about 200,000 followers, and he recently passed 1 million followers, and he does not post content every day. But again, you can only start to do this once you already have traction. I'll be honest, usually getting traction is one of the hardest parts on Instagram. But since I'm not one to gatekeep, I'm gonna go ahead and share another secret. To bypass the notorious Instagram jail, you have 3 options. You can do it the hard way, which by the way is working very well with AI influencers right now. And this is where Instagram's algorithm basically picks you up automatically based on the caption and keywords, and then pushes it out to audiences that they think will be interested in your content. The second way you can do this is go ahead and buy an Instagram account that already has traction and momentum. Now, there are a lot of risks and red flags with this approach that I talk a lot about inside of my private community, AI Content Academy, but if you do it right, it can work extremely well. The problem is that most people who try to do this do it totally wrong, and then they end up with an account that just dies. The third and final way to bypass the Instagram jail phase is through distribution. Basically, this is where I use targeted traffic to flood my page with traffic. The crazy part is when you do this, as long as your content is good, it kind of tricks the Instagram algorithm. Because again, new viewers are watching, saving, and resharing your content. And that signals to Instagram that it should push it to more people similar to those. For example, I did this on this brand new Instagram account, and within the first month, we had over 2,000 followers. Then we posted this reel while we were flooding the page with traffic, and it totally took off. We posted this when the account only had 2,000 followers and it got over 13 million views. This one post alone grew the account by over 40,000 new followers. And none of that would have been possible without flooding the page with that targeted traffic. But the reality is, no two accounts are the same. So every time someone comes to me for that service, we do create a custom strategy for them so it works. Step 10, monetization. Once your account starts growing, there are 3 main ways you can actually make money. The first is brand deals. This is usually the fastest way to make significant money once you have an audience. Brands in your niche will pay you to be featured in your content to the audience that you've built. And lucky for you, with these AI influencer accounts, the integrations are so easy. Brands used to have to pay thousands of dollars to go hire a studio and a cinematographer to make shots like this. But now I can literally do this in my underwear in bed if I wanted to. And that's not really a scene that you want to imagine. The rate that you can charge for brand deals varies based on your niche and the amount of views that you're pulling. But guys, some of my AI influencers have literally gotten 6-figure brand deals. But I will be the first to tell you that that is not normal, and it only is able to happen when you do things extremely effectively from day one. And that's why following all the steps inside this video is extremely important. The second way you can make money is with digital products. This is what accounts like Omar Wiseman does. He sells a $9, a $27, and a $47 ebook. The beauty about digital products is that you can build it once and sell it forever. This is what AI influencers like Omar Wiseman and even some of my own do. Like on this account that was started on February 16th, we sell a $27 ebook. It's only April 3rd, and that ebook alone has generated thousands of dollars in sales. There's no inventory, no shipping, it's just pure profit. As long as you're an educational account, there is usually a digital product that'll fit your niche. It could be a guide, a program, an app, templates, or a course. And there are so many ways to build these that I'll be covering in future videos, so make sure you're subscribed. The third way you can monetize these is with physical products. Take a look back at Chen Chinese Med. He sells this product through the Amazon link in his bio. Again, as an infotainment account, he basically builds trust and authority in his niche, then he drives traffic to the product that he recommends. And look, you don't even need your own product. You could technically just drive an affiliate link to any Amazon product and make a commission on every sale you get. Those are the main 3 paths that most AI influencers are using right now, but I wouldn't be surprised in 6 months if AI influencers are starting to do all sorts of coaching, courses, and even selling high-level services. So now that you have all the steps, you probably want to see what's actually possible with the videos that we generated in this video. This is one of my own AI influencer accounts, and we have over 140,000 followers from just 41 uploads. The reel we made today was uploaded yesterday, and it already has over 1,300 likes, 400 shares, and 200 saves. It's gotten over 31,000 views, and the graph is looking very healthy. It looks like that's going to keep growing. And now 3 weeks later, this reel we made in this video has 250,000 views, 7,000 likes, 130 comments, 4,000 shares, and it generated my AI influencer over 3,000 new followers. But the best part is, this is actually generating sales. In fact, people message me every day asking for the link to my digital product. So the final step in this process actually comes down to you. Look, building an Instagram account is a marathon, not a sprint. Even though you might be excited right now and want to go into Higgsfield and make the 10 best posts of all time, my advice would be to show up every day and post something that's better than the last. I've worked with so many people, and the ones who get the best results are the ones who are in it for the long haul. A lot of people just give up before they ever see results. Don't be that person. If you change your mindset from going viral every time to just outlasting everyone else, you are going to be successful. And if you found this video useful, please like the video. It helps more than you know. Last thing, if you want feedback, go ahead and drop your AI influencer handle in the comments and I will roast them below. With that said, guys, I can't wait to see what you come up with, and I will see you on the other side.